Hello, everyone. Happy early Saturday or late Friday. So, I told you I've been researching like crazy, and I'm going to give you some of what I figured out. So, who is Erica Kirk? Shortly after her birth in 1988, her mother, Lori, divorced her father, Ken. After the divorce, Lori and Erica moved to Arizona, where Lori quickly met another man, Larry Quinta. They got married and ran several businesses together. Now, let's back up. Erica does have a half-sister named Tanya Segrest. Tanya is 19 years older than Erica. Tanya Lynn Segrest, her father Ken Frantzve and mother Jerry Frantzve. After Ken and Jerry divorced, Ken Frantzve got custody of Tanya. They moved to Ohio, where he meets Lori. Tanya gets married to Carl E. Segrest. Carl Segrest files a LLC called Segrest Lang Unlimited Liability Company that looks like a holding company with a business partner named Wade Lang. Wade Lang engineered it. Well, no. Let me pull it up. This is their LLC. So you got domestic limited liability. And you got Carl Segrest and Wade Lang. And after looking for Wade Lang, this is what I found. Vice President Industry Solutions, go-to-market at Siemens Digital Industries Software. Allegedly, in my opinion, that's the Wade Lang. Here's his profile. So he worked at IBM, account executive for General Electric, product manager, engineering solutions, mechanical engineer, corporate education student at NASA. So that's that. So the holding company with the business partner, Wade Lang. Wade Lang, engineer interned at NASA for 3 years, worked at IBM for 13, currently vice president of industry solutions and go-to-market at Siemens Digital Industry Software. Now back to Lori. She lists a master's degree in engineering, 16 years at General Electric, and most of us are familiar with General Electric with our household appliances. But they also have been a military contractor with the U.S. government for 100 years. Let me see if I can find that. So here she is, founder AZ Tech, G Tech, E3 Tech, master's degree, University of Cincinnati, with a master's degree focused on marketing, info system science, engineering from the University of Cincinnati. And you got her as the principal CEO at E3 Tech Group, chairman and founder at AZ Tech, G Tech, deputy at E3 Tech, technical marketing, engineering, General Electric, and quality lead at the Cincinnati Bell. And this is hard to keep up with, man, let me tell you. So, with them being a military contract in the U.S. government for 100 years, I suspect this is the division Lori worked in. On her LinkedIn, there is a gap between 1994 and 2017. In 1995, a corporation was formed in the UK called Eurotech International Limited UK, and the directors, officers, Lori Frantzve. The about page for the company says so. In other words, this company is part of the war industrial complex. They work with the government. Bring up Eurotech. So there you see down there at the bottom, Lori Frantzve, director. Eurotech International UK Limited. And let's see. And then including the US, Lori was a director of this company in 1995 until it was dissolved in 2006. Now this branch was dissolved, but the company still exists today, registered in UK. However, Lori is no longer a member of the corporation. Another business found and formed in 1993, and Lori is listed as agent in this company. Another defense engineering company in 1995. She was also listed as a director in a company called Techmetrics International Limited, based in the UK. Then Techmetrics became Intelemet International Inc. of Delaware. The registry says it's a consulting company holding high-level positions in international companies, including defense military contractors. So this is Eurotech International Supply Chain. We are Eurotech, a well-established actor in defense and industrial technological base, working in the top contractors of MRO operators to measurably improve supply chains and performance and reduce costs. And what you see there, we operate the largest defense markets across the land, air, and sea domains. And then we got Eurotech. We got Lori Frantzve down there at the bottom. Agent name and director. Techmetrics. Lori Frantzve, the bottom. Intelemet International Inc. in Delaware. And we got Lori Frantzve down there at the bottom as the agent. We'll leave it up just so you can read it. Okay. Now let's get into Erica's father and grandfather. Kenneth Randall Frantzve and granddad Carl Kenneth Frantzve. It gets so confusing. Her grandfather Carl Frantzve was a captain in the Army Corps. He was awarded a Silver Star and Bronze Star in World War II, was the vice president of manufacturing for American Banknote Company, manufacturing secure documents for domestic and international clients, government issued IDs, documents, and money. Let's see. This is Carl's obituary. Frantzve Carl Kenneth, 94, peacefully passed away October 4th, 2016 in Surprise, Arizona. Ken was born January 30th, 1922 in Falun, Sweden, to Karl Frantzve and Ova Frantzve. He is survived by his loving wife of 69 years, Elaine Wickland and Frantzve, his children, Kent, Kendra, Kimberly, and Carla, and his grandchildren, Cassandra, Scott, Heather, Erica, and Jasmine, remembered by all of his for his gentle spirit, quiet bravado, beautiful temperament, high morale, fiber, numerous honors. Captain in the Army Corps of Engineers during the Pacific Theater, was awarded the Silver Star and Bronze Star in World War II, served in Korean War, was knighted by Karl, I believe that's the 16th, Gustav, King of Sweden, for furthering Swedish and American relations, held the position of Grand Chief of the Independent Order of Vikings, Vice President of Manufacturing for American Banknote, and attended Tilden Technical High School, class of 1940, where he was part of the National Honor Society, Honor Club, captain of the ROTC, Color Guard, Military Police, Bowling Club Awards. 36 and 40, he enjoyed baseball, bowling, horse racing, and his collections of stamps and coins. Yes, that would be him, Carl. That would be him long, long time after. Okay, so manufacturing secure documents for domestic and international clients, government issued IDs, excuse me, documents of money. The Federal Reserve contracted the American Banknote Company for printing American money, Print International. 2. Places like China, Russia, Nicaragua. Carl was the vice president of the manufacturing for decades. Carl and his wife then go on to, in 1997, open a corporation called Six Stars and add son Kent Frantzve. So let's look at that. And here's Russia. There's China. Little place the size of New Jersey. To the Six Stars and a son Kent. 2007, that company is approved for H-1B for H-1 visas. They could hire foreign workers. Not long after, granted, it was revoked. And there is the H-1B complete list of companies in 2007, and you see Six Stars up there, third one down. It's the Six Stars Corporation. So could hire the foreign workers. Long after it was granted, it was revoked. Ken Frantzve, LinkedIn, says he is a program research director at AZ Tech International, program research director founded by Lori Frantzve. In 1992, AZ Tech now goes by E3 Tech Group, Inc. Lori is linked to dozens of LLCs, Superfeed Technologies, America. One of the vendors, Jeffrey DeWitt, also board member and served as chair of Republican Party. Jeffrey DeWitt was also involved in quite the scandal in 2024, where he approached Carrie Lake and tried to bribe her, and she recorded it.
Public with this and then say, hey,
No.
these people don't want.
All right, wrong one.
Number at which
I can be bought.
not be bought.
That's what it's about.
You can take a pause for a couple of years.
No.
And then go right back to what you're doing.
No. 10 million, 20 million, 30, no. A billion, no. This is not about money. This is about our country. I am not going to let these people who hate our country tell me not to run. You should call them and tell them to get behind me.
This is back east. There are very powerful people that want to keep you out. Of the
I know
census.
they do.
But they're willing to put their money where their mouth is in a big way. So, this conversation never happened.
This is crazy though. They should want me.
Do me a favor though. I'll get myself in trouble. If you say no, which is fine, it's your choice. Don't tell people.
They're gonna try to have me murdered. Public with this and then say, hey,
No.
these people don't want to, they don't want,
And then I turn my key in my car and I just.
So she was smart enough to record that. Yeah. Okay, so then Carrie Lake tried to murder, she recorded. Jeffrey DeWitt, Lori, and Tyler Boyer all on the board of Superfeed and have ties to the little place the size of New Jersey. That would be Erica, Tyler Boyer, and Bibi Netanyahu's son. There's Miss Lori in Israel. Okay, and then we got. So they're all on the board of Superfeed. Have ties to Israel. Israel also has a Superfeed, unknown if it's tied to that pack. We'll leave that up to you to decide. Here goes theirs. Just putting it out there, what I find. It's in my opinion, and allegedly. Okay. And then we got Erica's aunt, Carla Frantzve, married a man two decades older than her. His name is Jack David Solomon. He is an American investment banker. He founded and restored the Agent Zion's Gate and Plaza in Jerusalem. He co-founded the Israeli Armored Car and Tank Museum. He has served as the chairman for Hebrew University. Show you her picture. That's Carla, Mr. Solomon right there. Jack David Solomon. Oh, I missed. Sorry, looking. Didn't want to miss anything. Yeah, I'm sure everybody has maybe seen this.
We have 5 major threats that make our grid extremely vulnerable that we've presented to congressional officials. 1 being cyber, 2 being hackers, 3 being physical threats, 4th one is solar EMP, and the 5th one is man-made EMP. So the concern that we have is that we put out this critical information, and when we go over this risk analysis, they hear what we're saying, but they don't want to take action.
So that's her there with the government and the CIA doing a video for him. So yes, I'm sorry. So Carla Frantzve married a man 2 decades older, David Jack Solomon. He is an American investment banker. He founded and restored the Ancient Zions. He served as chairman for Hebrew University. He was a board member for the Center of Jewish Studies at none other than UVU. UVU, people. UVU. He was board member for the Center of Jewish Studies at UVU. Her family has ties to the U.S. government, to the little New Jersey government. Jack Solomon has deep roots in Utah, owns casinos. It's odd Charlie sent a group text saying he had no choice but to abandon the pro-Israel cause.
Fortress. When I first heard this story, I still had the same gut instinct that I did initially. I find this very hard to believe. I've been to that Gaza border. You cannot go 10 feet without running into a 19-year-old with an AR-15 or an automatic machine gun that is an IDF soldier, right? The whole country is surveilled. And so let me just kind of go through this. We don't talk about Israeli politics very often, and most Americans don't know this. The last 9 months, Israel was on the brink of civil war. It's not an exaggeration. This judicial stuff, there were hundreds of thousands of Israelis taking to the streets because Bibi Netanyahu was basically redefining the Israeli constitution. That's not an exaggeration, right? He said the judicial branch has too much power. There were protests planned this week against Netanyahu, where they anticipated tens of thousands of people to take to the streets. That's all gone, Patrick. Netanyahu now has an emergency government and a mandate to lead. I'm not willing to go so far that saying that Netanyahu knew or there was intelligence here. But I think some questions need to be asked.
I mean, again, allegedly, in my opinion, this is just stuff I dug up and found. And I mean, the LLCs and everything that is in their names is definitely in their names. And it's a wonder that towards the end, before he was killed, he started feeling like shit was gonna pop off. I mean, her entire family, they're Zionists. It's absolutely mind-blowing, in my opinion, allegedly. So that's what I have for tonight. Let me know what you think in the comments, and sorry if I wasn't making eye contact with the camera. I did, in fact, read from this because it was a whole lot of mixed up names to try to keep up with. So hope y'all have a good night, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Good night.